Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. How's it going? Everyone having a good day? I'm having a day. So we're going to be trying something different today. No Rim World, not today. Today we're going to be trying something a little different. Game that I was able to get access to thanks to the community that I joined. And you can see all over the stream. You can see it in the stinger. You can see it in the banner. You can see it all over the place. But I joined the Fate Karma community, and one of the little things that happened was they got access to to this game. It comes out today, so they asked people to be willing to stream it today, so I'm going to stream it. It's called Whispers of a Machine. It's a point-and-click adventure. I'm going to start it up here in just a moment. Let's finish fading this music out. And set it for later. Okay, so. And now you've got game music. So, go ahead and switch over to the game scene. So real quick before I start, as the title says, I'm going to do a mental health check. Hello, MS. Hi, nice to see you. Saw you earlier in the nuttiest place on the internet. For those of you who don't follow MS, well, you should. Look, it's right there. I don't need to do a shout out because the bot does it for me. But yeah, so yeah, Squirrel. Yeah, he's a nut. He's the nuttiest place on the internet. Is so true. Let's turn the music volume down just a little in this game. Yeah, so mental health check-in. I had therapy this morning, so so that should mean I'm doing fantastic, right? I am for the most part. Today, it's so far it's been. I haven't been as productive as I wished, but I was really productive late last night. So, and I have this evening when the wife and Zoe are gone, so I can do some more work. So, so far I'm on schedule for the day, so I'm happy. Unpacked a lot in my therapy session. It's there's a lot of stress management in my life, both good stress and bad stress, eustress and distress as the vernacular. And a lot of the things I'm doing is designed to manage that because the stress can really wear me out. Pickle Sharks, thank you for that, host. I appreciate it. But yeah, so that kind of stress, good stress of any kind, good and bad, can really wear me down. And it was good to talk to her. I hadn't talked to her in a couple of weeks. Had some bad dreams to Probably stemming from our discussion last week, which if you didn't catch it, sorry, music's gonna go quiet again. Of course, we still have the music playing from the host. So, but last week we had the game mechanic on. He talked about his recovery, his life with PTSD, and the next day we talked moral injury. So the fact that I had bad dreams is probably not a shock. Probably not a shock. But today, for a mental health check, I seem to be doing okay for today. So we'll see how the rest of the day goes. Hopefully I can continue to have success through the rest of my day. So enough with the mental health check for now. Let's dive right into this game. I need to check one more thing. Yep. Okay, good. So she got the picture. Just want to make sure. So, new game. Whispers of a Machine. Let's give this game a whirl. Decisions are permanent, so make your choices carefully. This game also contains occasional fast flashing images which may cause discomfort. If you have epilepsy, be warned.
So, what's with the gloomy look? Left someone dear behind?
Yeah. You could say that.
Been there. So, Nordson, eh? You better buckle up. We've got some nasty weather coming in.
I heard. Sadly, caring about storms is a luxury people in my line of work are rarely afforded.
Oh, and what kind of work is that?
Special Agent, Violent Crimes. Central Bureau.
Well, shit.
Special Agent, Violent Crimes. Nordson Workshop Hall, 10:12 a.m.
You there. This is a restricted crime scene.
Eddie's Constable, Special Agent England here. Hi there, I'm Vera. Your superior briefed you about me.
Hi there, I'm Vera. Your superior briefed you about me, right?
You're Agent England? Well, I'm Gabriel.
So, Gabriel, murders are rare in places like this, right?
You can say that again.
Yeah, I get it. Mind telling me about the attack?
The victim is Carl Oscarson, age 33. Stabbed to death by an unknown assailant. He worked here as a carpenter and was found early this morning by a coworker who's sitting over there by the window.
Got it.
Which is why the idea bulb is next to him. Tutorial, Vera's personality. Vera can advance 3 distinct personality traits: empathetic, assertive, analytical. Your choices will influence all 3, affecting the course of the story and the tools at your disposal. Advancing one personality trait always weakens the other 2, so make your choices carefully. Well, I am probably going to be pushing this playthrough down the analytical path.
Sorry about the state of the crime scene. We're not used to this sort of thing.
I get it. Are evidently. Oof, none of these are really.
Evidently. This entire room should have been
These are
evacuated.
really nice.
Staying clear of the body would have decreased the risk of contaminating evidence.
Yeah, maybe we should have established a wider perimeter.
Yes, I would highly advise that for next time.
Got it. I'll strive to do better in the future.
Good to hear. Now, give me a second while I examine the body.
Sure, I'll be here.
Yes, Pixel Sharks, it is a new game. This choice is amplified. I can't even mispronounce it the way I was trying to mispronounce it now. This choice is amplified Vera's analytical side. There will be many instances like this, strengthening one personality trait at the expense of the other 2. Got it.
So, is this where you use your X-ray vision?
My what?
Come on, you have to be aware of the rumors. How agents like you are supposed to be equipped with some kind of advanced cybernetics.
I'm good at what I do. No comment.
Let's just say I'm good at what I do. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Oh, didn't mean to overstep my boundaries. Hush, hush. Got it.
Use the left mouse button to walk and interact with objects. Spacebar. Tab hold. Display interactables in the room. Okay. Click once on an inventory item to examine it, or drag and drop it to combine it with other things. Okay. I do wish, like if we're just talking about the game itself right now, I do wish that I could make it full screen without it acting like full screen. So like if I were to push it full screen for one, I would have to change the size of the thing on my OBS stream overlay. But it acts like a game that's in full screen mode, so I can't just alt tab out over here. I mean, you can already tell. Look, I just alt tabbed out of the game, and all I did was actually click out of it because the music turned off. So I wish it wasn't so capturing things. It's not as conducive to streaming because I'd love to have the music. I like the music. I would love to have the music playing in the background. But that's a minor thing. That's just a streamer thing. Okay, so that shows us where we are currently. Okay. Handgun. Notebook. Carl's murder. Your notebook contains 2 sections, notes and people. You can click the arrow in the corner to toggle between them. Okay. You can show inventory items during dialogue by simply clicking on them. Carl's murder.
The reason I'm here. I need to gather as much evidence as possible and try to get some kind of lead on the killer.
I do like that everything's voiced over. That's really good for streaming.
My picture of Alex. I miss him. Alright, we've got multiple knife-sized stab wounds to the chest. I don't see a murder weapon, so I take it none was found at the scene?
That's right. All knives and sharp tools in the building have been accounted for, too.
It looks like the victim was attacked directly from the front. I don't see any major defense wounds, so this was either a surprise attack, or the victim knew the perpetrator. What about any potential suspects, Constable? Did Carl have enemies?
None as far as we know. He seemed to be well liked among the guys here, but the man who found him might know more.
There was a photo in his chest pocket.
In the lower right corner are your augmentations. Toggle with a single mouse click. Okay. Experiment with your augs to learn how they work. Additional tutorials will appear when needed. Later on, you will unlock different augs depending on how you have shaped Vera's personality. Okay. Forensic scanner. Drag and drop the scanner to move it around. Anomalies viewed through the lens will light up in a bright color. The scanner is now in smart scan mode, where forensic anomalies are detected from the surrounding environment. Okay. Analyzing, so you just move it over and it works. Click and hold to move it over. Deceased male, age 32, plus or minus 4 years. That's a big plus or minus. Blood type B, estimated time of death T minus 6 hours. DNA prints and blade shape added to data vault. Collected scanner samples will be added to your data vault and can be attached to the scanner for a targeted search. Unlike the smart scan, samples will allow detection in areas with a lot of contamination, such as picking up specific fingerprints in a room full of prints. Keep in mind that you won't find any new samples this way, so remember to use the smart scan mode too. Okay. So samples I can get more info from, but I won't find new stuff unless I use the scanner. Blade shape. Analyzing. Matching data pattern. Okay. Archived report. Matching data pattern. Okay. So Carl's bio. Analyzing. I bet you that's being added to my journal. Archived report. Deceased male. Blood type. Okay. Else to look at. analyzing. Human blood, type B, DNA mismatch from current carrier. Pattern indicates post-mortem
huh?
smear.
That would suggest that he likely only touched the body after death.
I don't see anything else. Yeah. Okay. Biometric analyzer. Your biometric analyzer will automatically lock onto nearby targets. You can also click the lock icon on your target to force the analyzer to stay connected. Lastly, the biometric output may display emotional anomalies during dialogue. Click on them to make them known to Vera before they disappear. Okay. Yes, hello Zoe. Okay. So if I lock on it, cool. So we'll disconnect from that. Muscle boost. Increase your strength for a limited time. Interact with your target before the timer runs out, or it will need time to recharge. Okay. Actually, let's see. Did this stuff go in the notebook?
The reason I'm here.
Nope. It did. Just save the information there. Okay, so yeah, it did that. I'm not sure where it saved it, but okay. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Turn that off.
A row of personal lockers for the workers here. Not sure which one belongs to Carl.
Got a message from Charles Mike. Saying hi.
Maybe someone knows which locker
I'll have to ask. Let's go talk to this worker. yeah, Gru is here. Oh, wait a minute. No, it's not Gru. It's Drew. No, not Drew. The other brother. But I'm confused. There are minions involved. MS can tell you all about it. Be quick and to the point. He doesn't look happy to be here. Take your time to console the clearly distressed man. Begin by asking about his bloody hands. Looks going to see if he's guilty. Stalling would give him a chance to come up with a lie.
Hello, I'm Agent England. I have some questions for you.
Hi.
Hey,
Okay, go ahead.
Jacksonator. Nice emote. I like your new emote, Jacksonator. For those of you who are not already, you should give Jacksonator a follow. He's been playing Blood Bowl? Yep, Blood Bowl. Yep, that's I saw you playing it earlier today. Welcome in, we're playing a new game today.
Why don't you tell me about what happened this morning?
Okay.
Yes.
I get up early from my morning smoke. I keep my smokes in my locker, so I came in here. I saw Carl lying in the corner. It was still kind of dark, so I thought he'd fallen and hurt himself. I ran over to him. That's when I noticed the blood, and I guess I was kind of in shock, so I tried to stop the bleeding, but then I felt how cold he was. I yelled for help. The guys came running, and then Joseph, our foreman, sent someone to go get the police.
Okay. When was the last time you saw Carl alive?
Late last night, around midnight. He stayed up with us playing cards, which is unusual.
Unusual? How so?
Well, it was rare for Carl to stick around in the evenings. He usually went out by himself.
Oh. Do you know where he used to go?
No idea. He didn't talk much about that. Maybe he went to the canteen to meet some friends. Anyway, Carl seemed a bit anxious last night. He seemed distracted.
Got it. Thanks for the info.
We're doing well, Jacksonator. Playing a new game today. Got as a member of the 2K community, I was able to get access to this. I mean, it's available today on Steam. You can go purchase it. So.
Hey, do you know which one of these lockers belongs to Carl?
Yeah, it's number 2. Second from the left.
Okay, I'll check it out. Is there an extra key for it somewhere?
I don't think so. As far as I know, Carl had the only one.
That's enough questions for now.
Okay.
Clearly it's here for us to interact
Looks
with.
pre-collapse, basically a glorified corner lamp. There's a coin slot on the side with a coin stuck in it. I can probably pull it out using some extra strength. Got the coin. It's an old pre-collapse coin. No one would accept it as payment today. It's a bloody photograph of Carl and a young woman, taken fairly recently by the look of it. He's holding hands with the woman, but I can't discern her face. Too much damage to the photo.
Guess we're
She's
gonna
wearing a
find
brass
her.
necklace. Could be relevant. I already examined him. Gabriel,
Yeah?
I don't think he wants to talk about that again.
And
Okay,
it's not
that's
letting
all
me-
I need for now.
Very
Probably
well,
didn't
Agent.
know anything. So how are you doing today, Jax? Doing better after your trip?
Hey, I'm gonna go check out the dorm. Where's Carl's bed?
Turn left and then go straight. I left the light on so it'd be easy for you to find.
Gotcha. Be right back.
She turned right, not left. Maybe I had it on the wrong setting. Oh, I don't think there's anything here to scan.
Dirty laundry. Smells like machine oil.
Yeah, lovely.
Both beds look recently used.
Give me a second. I need to fix something over here. Move this stuff out of the way. That can stay. Make this slightly bigger. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done editing on scene.
Both beds look recently used.
Yes, I already did that. There's a chest here. Let's find out what's in the chest.
Clean clothes and sheets. Nothing interesting. Pens and paper. Nothing out of the ordinary. Huh. Odd place for a ventilation duct. Sure, I could try to use brute force, but I'd risk damaging what's inside. Both beds... Huh.
Alright. Something about this that it's not letting me.
Sure.
It's not letting me do anything with it. It's to the locker room. No, already clicked it. Didn't mean to click that again. So, okay. Nothing in here. Time to go back.
Gabriel.
Yeah?
Okay, that's all I need for now.
Very well, Agent.
Just talk to the worker again, maybe? Oh,
A few
there.
more questions, if I may? That's enough questions.
Okay.
So let's go to Nordsund.
Not yet. I think the witness knows more than he's letting on.
Okay. Let's go back over here.
A few more questions, if I may? That's enough.
Okay.
See what happens if I...
It's an old pre-collapse. Have a look at this picture. Do you know who the woman is?
There we go.
Yeah, that's just some old girlfriend of Carl's from ages ago.
Is that so? It doesn't look that old.
Hmm.
At least Carl looks about the same.
Guess the guy aged well. Any other questions?
I don't need to know his opinion on that. A few more questions.
No, it doesn't let me ask him any
That's
other
enough
questions.
questions for now.
Okay.
He's clearly anxious.
A row of personal lockers for the workers here. Locked. Doesn't look incredibly strong, though. I might be able...
Jeez,
There
try
we
not to
go.
wreck the place.
There we go.
No reason for alarm. I just needed to get this locker open. There was a piece of paper in one of the inner pockets.
Boots.
A pair of
Yeah.
large boots with dirt under them. Nothing else.
Okay, so it's
The note looks like it was written by a woman. It reads, "Hi, Doofus. You're registered now. Go try it out. Remember how you totally flipped the day I first came to Nordsund? Kisses."
So let's ask him about the note.
Do you know who wrote this note to Carl?
Afraid not. I don't recognize the handwriting.
I found this in Carl's coat. What do you make of it?
Not sure. But it's a bit strange that the person who wrote this couldn't just tell him face to face.
Maybe they didn't want to risk being seen together. Or the note's author needed to leave in a hurry.
Maybe.
Yeah, could be.
I don't think...
I think he gave me this photo.
Do you know who the woman in this photo is?
Too hard to tell. Sorry.
Do you know who the woman in this photo is?
Too hard to tell. Sorry.
Nope, no anomaly there.
I found this...
Not sure. But it's a bit strange that the person who wrote this couldn't just tell
Just
him face
checking.
to face.
Maybe
see
they
if
didn't
he
want
has
to
a
risk being
reaction.
seen together. Or the note's author needed to leave in a hurry.
Yeah, could be.
Let me go. I don't remember if I had
A few
this
more
one.
questions, if I...
Oh, that's not what I
That's
wanted.
enough questions.
This is what I want.
Okay.
Stop it. There you
Do you know who wrote this note to Carl?
Afraid not. I don't recognize the handwriting.
go. Yep, he doesn't.
Hi, Doofus. You're registered now.
Okay. Wonder if it'll work for me.
I'll hold on to it for now.
Okay, so...
Not yet. I think the witness knows more than he's letting on.
Okay, so he had a reaction to that. So... Okay. So nothing changed there.
My service pistol. It fires conventional project. The battery is the limiting factor, lasting for about 80 shots in quick succession.
Nice.
No reason to show him my sidearm.
I'm wondering what this stupid idea, this light bulb over here. It's like there's something going on here.
No, that's private. I don't think.
No.
I don't need a. The reason I'm here. Carl Oscarson, murdered at age 33. He had a job as a carpenter in the Nordson workshop hall. Gabriel seems like a straight shooter. A competent, no bullshit cop.
So those are the people I've met. And there are no notes. So...
Are you sure about this woman?
Yes, I told you. Old girlfriend from before.
Yep. Let's keep asking him about the photo.
Are you sure about this woman?
Yes, I told you. Old girlfriend from before.
You should know that it would not serve your best interests to hide information from me. By refusing to cooperate, you'll force me to escalate the situation with a formal interrogation at the police station. None of that is necessary. I'm only interested in finding Carl's murderer.
I'm sorry. I gave him a promise. The lady in the photo, Carl is still seeing her. Well, was, I suppose.
Why wouldn't you tell me that from the beginning?
It was a secret. Carl said they would both get in trouble if anybody knew.
Why would they get into trouble? An affair?
I didn't ask, but yeah, it could be.
All right.
Clearly
Tell
it
me
was a bad
everything you
thing.
know about this woman.
Carl said she lived somewhere north of town, but that's all I know.
Okay, I believe you.
Oh yeah, his biometric data didn't change.
Gabriel,
Yeah?
do you know anything about a woman who was seeing Carl?
I'm afraid not. I didn't know Carl myself.
What can you tell me about yourself?
Not much to tell. I grew up here in Nordson, and all my family is here. The commissary is my uncle. He's always been the one who encouraged me to become a policeman.
So, how long have you been a cop?
8 years now.
Wow, 8? Must have started young.
Yep, started as a trainee at age 16.
I see. Okay, that's all I need for now.
Very well, Agent.
Alright, now let's try and leave.
Not yet. I think there's more to find in that locker.
Alright. Ah, there we go. Analyzing. It's the dirt. So it contains traces of rare flora, saffron crocus, and boot print.
I could go and follow up on the saffron lead now, but I think there's more to find in the dormitory.
Okay, if you say so. Let's go back to the dormitory. So that just takes us back to the locker. None of this stuff I can interact with. So there's gotta be something over here that I'm missing. And I think it's this ventilation tube.
I already searched that.
There's nothing there. Nope, not there. Nothing on the ground. There's a plant, but clearly it's not of the saffron variety. Okay. Ah. Analyzing. So if you click those things, you can use it to find more data. There we go. Now we're making some progress. So by using the other thing, we can match information to it. Okay. I already did all that.
The panel is screwed on tight. I'll need some way of getting it loose.
Means I'm gonna need a tool. Let's see what we have here.
Maybe someone can tell me where these things are grown in Nordsund. I think I have what I need to open the vent.
Yep, use the coin.
There was a small key hidden inside the duct. I think I'm almost done here. I should just talk to Gabriel before I go.
Always use all the little things. It's the first rule of these games. Always use all the little things.
Hey, I think I'm done here.
Oh, okay. Mind sharing your findings?
It seems like the murder could be tied to a secret relationship Carl had with a woman.
Right.
But I'm leaving all options open.
Sounds reasonable. Do you have a lead to follow up on?
Yes, I have reason to believe that Carl recently passed through an area with saffron plants somewhere in Nordsund. Maybe I can correlate that with Carl's movements to the north of town when seeing that woman.
Good. Meanwhile, we'll transport the body to the morgue and have an autopsy performed as soon as possible. Do you want us to keep the area sealed off?
No need. I'm done here and won't come back. You can let the men get back to work.
Very well. I'll let them know.
By the way, how do I get to the police station from here?
Just head straight east outside. You'll see it.
Got it. See you later.
But which direction is east? Because he said left earlier and she turned right. Elevator. I think that's going to be when we finally see a boot print. Let's talk to this worker. They clearly put him there for us to do something with him.
Hey, what's happening here?
Bit of an electrical problem with some fallen power lines. It's being taken care of, but it'll be a while.
So I can't enter the museum?
Well, you can, but only if electrocution is something you enjoy during working hours.
What caused it? Did someone mess up, or was there some kind of environmental damage?
Oh, we've had a windy week. An old tree fell down and ripped down a major power line. It's in a tricky spot, and due to how the grid is built up, I can't cut the power safely without affecting half the town.
Sounds like a flawed design. Is that typical for electrical grids these days?
Not really. This power grid is quite old, constructed shortly after the collapse. That meant they had to improvise. They couldn't just clone existing power systems at the time, since those were reliant on service robots with negligible safety concerns. So yeah, now I'm paying the price. The whole thing is riddled with hacks and workarounds, each one more dangerous than the next.
I see. I don't envy such a hazardous work environment. How long will it take you to fix?
Hard to say, but it should be done by tomorrow morning.
All right, thanks.
Tomorrow morning, then.
Hello, Deputy. What are you guarding?
The residence of the first murder victim. The commissary told me to direct you to his office before going upstairs.
I see. I'll go find him and come back later then.
Sounds good, Agent.
Guess we're going to the town square. Yay.
All right, so this is the town square. That building with the emblem must be the police station.
You think? We'll go to the police station first. I mean, I could go do the other ones, but...
I'm surprised the Bureau got their thumb out of their ass. It's not like they could find Nordson on a map.
I, for one, am grateful for their help. From what I hear, the person they sent is young, but quite capable.
Optimistic as always, eh, Kurt? I guess we'll see. Agent Anglin, we've been expecting you.
Councilwoman, I was told you'd be my bureau contact here.
That's correct. I'm Stina Ruth, and this here is Kurt Anderson, police commissary.
Welcome, Agent. Enjoy your trip to the middle of nowhere?
It was a bit bumpy, and way longer than I expected.
Yeah, that train has seen better days. You'll find your luggage in your quarters, just through the door behind me.
Thanks. I'll check it out later.
So, you were probably confused as hell when we sent you straight to a crime scene, right?
Kind of. I thought I was supposed to investigate a murder from last week.
You were, but unfortunately a second killing required your urgent attention. I assume there is some bureau procedures before I brief Agent England about the situation?
Yes. Why don't you head to your office, and I'll send this youngling on her merry way when we're done.
Very well. It was a pleasure to meet you, Agent.
Likewise. I'm a bit confused here. Who do I report to?
Only to me as overseer of this district. The local police are at your disposal since they're legally required to aid you in the investigation.
Got it. How would you like me to share my findings with you?
Face to face, in the evenings. The balcony inside the local canteen is a good place to meet.
Okay. I think I have what I need then. I'll go talk to the commissary.
Good. We'll catch up later. Oh, but I have to ask. Tell me, how was it for you?
What do you mean?
Come on, you know what I'm talking about. We've both done it.
Oh, you mean the augmentation. The nanofluid injection.
Sticking to the boring scientific terms, aren't we? Back in my time, we used to just call it taking the blue. Come on, let this old lady live a little. Tell me, how was your first kiss with the blue?
A sense of enlightenment and acute awareness washed over me. A crystal clear lucidity I had never felt before.
I remember that moment like it was yesterday. What I wouldn't give to feel like that again. No side effects, I hope? We wouldn't want you to get compromised in dangerous situations.
Not yet, but I know what to look out for. Mild hallucinations, nightmares, burning sensations in the limbs, the occasional migraine. Things like that.
Yeah, that covers the usual suspects. All right, I think you're good to go then. We shouldn't keep the commissary waiting.
More people. Let's read about them.
I wonder who this woman is and what her connection is to the murders. Anderson appears to be a decent chief of police, but I don't know him well enough to tell for sure. Stina
Okay.
Ruth, ex-agent, and the designated overseer of Nordsund. I think I can learn a lot from her.
You say that now. Aw, you should try to get some coffee.
All right, Agent. Would you like me to brief you about the first murder?
Yes, please.
Maya Strand, 41 years old, the caretaker of the Nordson Museum. She was found by the janitor on the floor near the exhibits early last Wednesday. Just like Carl, she was stabbed. No witnesses, no evidence. Killer practically a ghost.
Found our
No
mystery
signs of
woman.
a forced entry. So either the entrance was open, or she let him in herself.
What about her residence? Anything out of the ordinary in there?
Nothing, as far as we could tell. But we left the place as we found it if you want to have a look. She lived upstairs from the museum.
Noted. The crime scene is no longer intact, though, correct?
Afraid so. The museum is important to Nordson, so we had the place cleaned out pretty quickly.
Now that I'm here.
Right. But now that I'm here, I'll assume that you'll check with me before clearing out any future crime scenes.
Yeah. Can I just...
Yes, Commissary.
We're a pretty tight-knit community here, and we try to work together to overcome our problems. Just relax a bit with your superior jurisdiction and big city jargon, okay?
Oh, I'll relax when we've caught this killer. Until then, I'm gonna focus on doing my job. One more thing. I'd like to see Maya's body, if that's possible.
Of course. We brought it out of the freezer this morning. You'll find it in the morgue, over at the clinic. Dr. Pearson, our physician, is awaiting your arrival.
Good. I'll head there when we're done.
Now we have 2 murders. I'm thinking it's leaning more towards blue. It's hard to tell. I'm not sure.
Did you know Maya Strand?
Not at all. Museums aren't my cup of tea. I prefer to not dwell on the past.
What's your opinion on Stina Ruth?
I respect her. She's a competent politician. She gets things done, unlike some of the other people on the council. Sure, she has a temper, and she's not the most tactful person, but she calls out bullshit when she sees it. When I'm right, she has my back, and when I'm wrong, well, she won't let me revel in my sweet ignorance for long.
Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Me? Oh, I've been doing this job for 15 years now. I took over when the previous commissary died. I'm married with 3 children. Anita, my youngest, is off studying science in the city now. We're counting the days to Christmas when she comes back to visit.
He actually was smiling during that one.
I'm looking for a young woman connected to the second victim, Carl.
All right. What do you know about her?
All I have is a picture of her that I found on Carl, but it's damaged and her face can't be clearly seen.
Tricky. If you had any kind of personal information, like an address, you could look her up in our records. They're in the drawers behind me.
Noted. I'll get back to you about this if I learn more. What do you think of Gabriel?
My nephew is a fine officer. He's a law and order kind of person. Stern, but fair.
Oh, law enforcement runs in the family.
I wish, but so far Gabriel and I are the only ones. I've been trying to get my son to join the force for years. All he cares about is girls and fishing. Suppose it could be worse. At least he brings home a fresh trout every now and then.
Did you know Carl Oscarson?
I wouldn't say so. He and my son were playmates as children, but they grew apart in their teens. Haven't talked to Carl myself for many years.
Do you know if saffron is grown anywhere in Nordsund?
I think so, yes. There should be someone in town with more information.
What do you know about the murder in the locker room over at the workshop hall?
Not much. As you know, the murder happened shortly before you arrived, so I'm leaving the matter in your capable hands.
Sorry, I was just reading something. Okay.
That's all I needed.
Very well.
I guess Anderson has a colleague. Looks like a logbook. Maybe Anderson records his daily work there. A small local greenhouse. A typical site in Nordsund, it seems. A collection of what seems to be both fiction and books on law and social sciences. If that's all Anderson's, he's quite well read. Just lots of case files.
if anything in here matches Carl's bio. Doesn't look like it. Okay. Oh, I didn't look at the window. Oops. Oh, sorry. Again, reading something. To her quarters, yes. She has a place to live.
Looks purely decorative.
I never think robots in
There's the
games are
bottle
purely
of
decorative.
molding resin here. Might be useful.
Mm.
I already searched that.
I think I heard the ice maker just drop some ice.
Nice big lemon. Small miracle to see it grow to that size under these conditions. No, I'm not tired. Maybe later. I'm not that hungry. Doesn't appear to be functional. There's not even a switch or anything.
Lovely. What was this plant again?
Nice big lemon. Small miracle to see it grow to that size.
Well, let me take it.
A bottle of molding resin. I can use this to cast different shapes. It might also work as a glue.
Okay. Where is her suitcase? Guess the guy said it was here. I'm gonna rewrite that. I don't like that. Guthrum bot, your wording is bad. I'm gonna have to fix your wording for you. There's a doorway. What's here?
Unmanned.
It's a desk.
Makes sense with no people in here. Probably for opening the cells. I don't need to mess with that.
Not much else. And away we go. Time to go to the clinic. Yum.
Ah, damn good coffee. A thermos, presumably filled with coffee.
We'll take it. It's the jail.
Low maintenance. My kind of plant.
I couldn't agree more. Plants that take care of themselves. Always better.
Hi there.
Hello.
Thought I'd introduce myself, since I'll be coming here a lot. I'm Agent England, Central Bureau.
Oh, nice to meet you. It's a relief to have you here. We're all shook by these recent killings. Sure, the doctor's excited, but even his morbid curiosity has limits, you know. After all, we mostly treat coughs and the occasional broken limb here.
I get it. I'll do my best to help. Oh, by the way, I'm supposed to go to the morgue. Where's that?
Down the stairs on your left.
Great, thanks. Healthy-looking plant. Locked. An old freight elevator of some kind.
Don't worry, Maya. You'll be put to rest soon. I know. Sorry about the delay. I was needed urgently out of town. Oh, hello there. Me and this old gal have been expecting you.
Talkative, is she?
Oh, no doubt. The dead have a lot to say, you know. Sometimes more so than the living.
Is that so?
The living are fickle and prone to deceit. Once dead, we can't hide things anymore. Not from me, at least.
I agree. These days, people must prove themselves trustworthy before I rely on them.
Now that's an attitude I can get behind.
Now, I'd like to ask some questions.
Sure, go right ahead.
Did you know Carl Oscarson?
No. When I heard he was murdered, I didn't even recognize his name. I had to check my records to realize that I've treated him. To be fair, I've had many patients. But he must have been cursed with one of those awfully forgettable faces.
All right. Anything out of the ordinary in his medical history?
Sorry. Can't go into detail. Doctor-patient confidentiality, you know?
Keep it vague, then.
Well, okay. Let me put it this way. I doubt you'd learn much from his file.
Noted. Thanks. What do you think of Gabriel?
Your average policeman. I have no strong opinion about him one way or the other.
I'm looking for a young woman connected to the second victim, Carl.
I can't help with that. I didn't know Carl on a personal level.
What do you think of Commissary Anderson?
I think he does a fine job. He's been instrumental in making sure that I can work under such good conditions.
Yeah, this place is surprisingly well equipped. Definitely on par with our facilities in the city. What do you think of Stina Ruth, the councilwoman?
She can be quite an unpleasant woman. I can't say I've enjoyed my few interactions with her.
Did you know Maya Strand?
Not really, but I enjoyed listening to the occasional lecture of hers at the museum. She had quite an intellect, that woman.
So she wasn't a patient of yours?
Oh, she was, but that's all confidential, so I can't say much about it.
I understand, but anything you can share would help.
Well, during the autopsy I noticed that she was unusually worn and feeble for her age.
Okay, and what does that tell us?
For one thing, that she would have needed help with the more physically demanding tasks of the museum.
Got it. Thanks. What can you tell me about yourself, Doctor?
Oh, me? I suppose I would qualify as a workaholic. Most of my time is spent here.
So how long have you been practicing medicine?
Must be 16 years now, I believe.
Ah. And you're the only doctor in Nordsund?
Yes. But we have good relations with the other settlements. We collaborate and pool resources when necessary.
Any theories on Carl's murder?
Not yet. I'll need to see the body first.
Do you know where saffron is grown in Nordsund?
I'm afraid not. We have plants all over, but botany is not my area of expertise.
What are your conclusions about Maya's murder?
Most obvious first. The cause of death is acute blood loss due to the multiple stab wounds to the chest and stomach, 2 of which were lethal. The murder weapon is a mid-sized blade, likely a knife of some kind. There are some defense wounds on her arms, so the victim likely tried to shield herself against her assailant. I couldn't recover any biological traces of the murderer. There's no blood on her that isn't hers, or any traces of skin under her nails. This makes me suspect that the killer likely wore protective clothing and gloves. The time of death was roughly 2300 hours last Tuesday, 5 days ago today.
That's enough questions for now.
Okie dokie. Oh, one last thing. I've been told that the second body is on its way here. If you come back later today, I should be able to tell you something about it.
All right, I'll keep that in mind. Do you recognize this couple?
The man is clearly the second victim, Carl. As for the woman, it's too hard to tell given the damage to the photo.
What do you make of this?
The handwriting looks feminine, but I'm not sure what to make of the contents.
Do you know what this opens?
Not a clue, but it looks like a one-of-a-kind key.
I suppose that's where the doctor writes down his autopsy reports. One last waiting room before the final embrace with the earth. Appears to be a small crematory. I think that's for collecting the ashes after a cremation. I'll wash my hands when I go to bed. Plenty of time still to get my hands dirty. This might be useful. Multiple stab wounds, sizes approximately the same as the other body. I'd say the MO looks similar to the other murder.
I hope you can help the doctor finish up with the dead bodies soon. I think it's healthier for him to treat living people.
Carl Oscarson was fatally stabbed by an unknown assailant in the Nordson workshop hall. Maya, the first murder victim, was brutally stabbed to death in the Nordson Museum by an unknown attacker. I don't think she'd be interested in that. That action doesn't... I don't want to share that. Various medical supplies. Looks like no patient is admitted at the moment. A portable medical kit with all the essentials. It's filled with cannulas, those little needle things used to connect an IV. I don't think I need one right now. Unused bandages would come in handy in a pinch. An old pre-collapse monitor, probably not connected to anything. I don't need any water right now. Maybe someone can tell me where these things are grown in. I don't need to write down anything.
I hope you can help the doctor.
Weekend's coming up. Great, huh?
Looks like you've got a head start.
All shoes repaired, all coats patched up. That's when you call it a day. Finish your work fast and you get the best food rations. Oldest trick in the book.
I get it. Well, enjoy your time off. I don't need to know his
Gotta rest my mind, stranger. Have a long weekend shift ahead of me.
No problem. Enjoy the rest of your time off. Looks like an old filing cabinet. Not sure what it's used for. 3 plastic trays. Good number. A few identical coffee cups. They don't look quite as clean as they should be. A neat stack of plates. Matching cutlery is nowhere to be seen. I think they deliver groceries through there. Various handbooks for the typical day-to-day stuff. Robot? Drilling machine? Space rocket? I have no idea, honestly. Hey, I'm Vera Englund, Special Agent.
Oh, I heard about you. I'm Rolf, the plant master of Nordsund.
A plant master? What's that?
A foreman of sorts. I oversee a team of gardeners who tend to our shared crops.
Got it. I have a few questions, if you don't mind.
Sure, go right ahead.
What do you know about the murder of Carl Oscarson?
Almost nothing. I just heard half an hour ago. Damn shame.
Do you happen to know where saffron is grown in Nordsund?
Perhaps, perhaps. What would this gentleman have to gain from that piece of information?
This behavior suggests that you are a hustler, one with scruples and low supply. Cooperating would make sure your business is left alone.
Reading you loud and clear, officer.
It's agent, or special agent, not officer. That's a police rank.
Whatever you say, agent. Now, 2 places come to mind. The greenhouses to the south, and a few crops near Mimir Road.
Mimir Road? Where's that?
North of the town square. Look for 2 large farming robots standing around.
All right, got it. What do you know about the murder in the museum?
Nothing but the talk of the town. That Maya Strand was stabbed by some maniac.
Did you know Carl Oscarson?
Not really. But like many other people, we had some contact in our work.
Okay. What was your impression of him?
Nice guy. Too nice. I'd even go so far as to call him gullible. Wouldn't be surprised if that's what got him killed.
That's so. You think he trusted the wrong person?
I'm just thinking out loud here. But yeah, it wouldn't be a shocker.
What's your opinion on Gabriel?
The cop? Can't say I enjoy his company. Last time we met, he gave me a couple of nasty bruises.
Resisting arrest?
That'd certainly be how he'd justify it.
I'm trying to find a woman that Carl Oscarson was involved with. Know anything about that?
No, I don't stay updated on gossip like that.
What's your opinion on Commissary Anderson?
For a chief of police, he's all right. He's actually fair. Unlike some of his underlings.
How so? You think they're harassing you?
Abso-friggin-lutely. One little mistake, those guys start hounding you night and day.
What do you think of Stina Ruth?
I have no idea who that is.
Did you know Maya Strand?
A bit. She approached me a few months back about refining edible plants into a nutrient paste. I helped her plant some quality fungi for it, in exchange for a cut of the harvest. Then she got herself killed, so I guess all of that was a waste of time.
That's a morbid way of looking at it.
I guess so. I'm sorry about what happened to her, but I still gotta eat.
What do you think of Dr. Pearson?
I'm trying to stay far away from that wisecracking quack.
Quack?
You heard me. All I need in terms of medicine, I find in herbs and plants.
And Dr. Pearson doesn't take kindly to that?
He should mind his own business is all.
Okay, that's all I need.
Alrighty. See you around.
Old Norse runes. A local custom, perhaps? Haven't seen them in any other settlements in the area. Looks still and serene. Looks a bit overgrown. Could use some trimming. Great view from up here. I think they deliver... Looks like it's filled with different kinds of spare parts. I don't have anything else... I don't have... I don't have any business in the school. Nice and shiny. I can even see my reflection in it. All right, this is Mimir Road. Carl came through here recently. I'd say those are saffron crocuses. The boot prints lead up this set of stairs. I should head up and have a look. Oh, this floor sure looks squeaky clean.
It better. We spent all yesterday mopping it. It wiped all the doors, too.
Oh, just my luck.
Well, are you fond of filth or something?
No, but filth contains valuable information for a detective.
Oh, I understand. Let me know if I can be of service.
Excuse me.
Yeah?
I'm Special Agent England, here to investigate the recent murders. I need to ask you a few questions.
Okay, I'm Sven, the caretaker of this apartment block here. What can I help you with?
Do you know anything about the recent murder of a man named Carl?
Nope. As far as I know, no Carl lives here.
What about frequent visitors?
Maybe. Haven't heard the name Carl, but then again, I don't socialize with the tenants. I might recognize the man if I saw him.
Do you know anything about the murder at the museum?
Nothing but common knowledge. I haven't been in that part of town for a while. A shame what happened to Maya, though. She always seemed like a harmless lady to me. Can't imagine who'd want to kill her.
Do you know a certain Carl Oscarson?
Nope, doesn't ring a bell.
What's your opinion on Gabriel?
Seems to take his job seriously. A bit on the strict side, maybe. But hey, cops gotta be tough. Now, I myself never had a run-in with the law, so that's pure speculation on my part.
I'm looking for a young woman from around here. She's connected to Carl, the man who was murdered today.
I have no idea who Carl was, so I'm not sure what you want from me.
Well, are there any young women in this building?
I'm looking at one.
Ha ha. A tenant, obviously. Probably living alone.
I've seen maybe 3 or 4 young women in this building lately, but I work in 16 buildings. Kinda hard to keep track.
Fair enough. Do you know which apartments they live in?
Not a clue. I usually just see them pass me by when I'm working, and they practically treat me as part of the furniture, so...
What's your opinion on Commissary Anderson?
He's all right. A diplomat, I've heard. It believes in dialogue.
Do you know anything about Councilwoman Ruth?
She doesn't mince her words, that one. Some people take an issue with that, but I think it's refreshing. I heard she used to be a Central Bureau agent. Apparently she got her position here as some kind of retirement package.
What can you tell me about Maya Strand?
We were acquaintances. I'd been helping her with repairs in the museum every now and then.
Okay. When was the last time you saw her?
A few weeks ago. I was supposed to fix a showcase for her. Odd thing, though.
Yeah?
I saw her enter the museum from afar, but when I followed her inside, I couldn't find her. So I left the building, and then she came out the same way I did, acting all surprised, saying she'd been in there the whole time.
Strange. Do you know Dr. Pearson?
Yeah, everybody knows Doc Pearson. Kind of bookish, but I like his sense of humor. Dark and twisted, my cup of tea.
Thanks. You can get back to work.
Alrighty.
Hey, do you recognize this young couple?
Oh, right, that fella.
You know him?
Yeah, I remember him. Most people just ignore me, but he always says hi. Nice guy.
How often would you say he was here?
At least on a weekly basis, but I work in many other buildings too, so it's hard to say.
Got it. What can you tell me about him?
Just this one thing. He came up to me and asked about the electricity in apartment 113. He wondered if it was possible to get more power.
Odd. Did he say what for?
No. I told him to take it up with the residential office. There are strict quotas. He said he would bring it up with the tenant, a friend of his.
Okay. Do you know anything about the tenant?
Nope. Discreet, whoever it is. No idea who lives there.
Understood. Where can I find apartment 113 exactly?
It's on this floor, just around the corner.
All right, thanks.
No problem.
What do you think of this?
Looks intentionally vague, like they didn't want the wrong person to accidentally read it.
Yeah, that's my guess too. Any idea of what it means?
Not really, sorry.
Would you happen to know where a key like this might fit?
Looks special. Some custom-built box or something, maybe?
Maybe. Thanks.
No problem.
Nothing. Guess no one's home. Locked. Nope, no fit. I don't think that... Hey, Sven?
Yeah?
Do you know anything about the murder at the museum?
Nothing but common knowledge. I haven't been in that part of town for a while. A shame what happened to Maya, though. She always seemed like a harmless lady to me. Can't imagine who'd want to kill her.
I need to get inside apartment 113. Can you help?
Sure, you can borrow this master key. Don't leave with it, though. I'll need it later.
Okay, thanks. What can you tell me about Maya Strand?
We were acquaintances. I'd been helping her with repairs in the museum every now and then.
Okay. When was...
A few weeks ago, I was supposed to fix a showcase for her. Odd thing, though.
Yeah?
I saw her enter the museum from afar, but when I followed her inside, I couldn't find her. So I left the building, and then she came out the same way I did, acting all surprised, saying she'd been in there the whole time.
Strange. Do you know a certain Carl...
Nope, doesn't ring a bell.
He already told me what he knows about the... Thanks.
Alrighty.
No use. It's like... Huh. Still won't open. The door looks reinforced. Hey, Sven?
Yeah?
Hey, I used the master key and some kind of electronic code lock on the side lit up.
That's weird. Those pre-collapse gizmos are supposed to be disconnected. Surprised they even work.
Wait, so the occupant turned it on without telling you?
I guess so, yeah. They must have some technical expertise. I don't even know how those things work myself.
Can't you force it open? Disconnect it, use an override code or something?
No way. Those things go way over my head. I'd say your best bet is cracking the code.
Thanks. You can get back...
Alrighty.
It's the master key. It's the master key. Here's your key back. Thanks for lending it to me.
You're welcome. Happy to help.
That's not the right entrance. That's not the right entrance. All right, got some clay. More runes. Seems to be a common thing in Nordsund. Not sure what those are. Doesn't look like tomatoes, at least. Lettuce, carrots, and something else. Replica of multi-purpose cultivation robot, courtesy of Nordsund Museum. Replica of prospecting, surveying, and defense robot, courtesy of Nordsund Museum. That's not the right end. That's not the... I don't think I need to go further north right now. I don't see how that action... Hello again, Gabriel.
Hey there. I should let you know Carl's body has arrived, and our coroner is waiting for you in the morgue.
Noted. I'll go and have a look shortly.
Until then, is there anything I can help you with?
What do you know about the murder in the museum?
I was first at the scene. Poor woman. Looked like she had regained consciousness after some time and tried to crawl to the door.
Sounds horrific. I don't envy her. I've got a locked door that I need to get through. Is there a locksmith around?
We have a guy for that sort of thing, but I think he's out of town.
All right, that's too bad. I'm trying to find the tenant of apartment 113 at Mimir Road. Can you help?
There are address records in the commissary's office. I'd suggest that you look there.
Okay, thanks. What do you think of Commissary Anderson?
I have opinions about how he does things, but I keep those to myself. I respect the chain of command.
What do you think of Stina Ruth, the councilwoman?
The commissary is the only one at the station who has any regular contact with her. But my impression of her is good. She seems like a straight-up woman. Speaks her mind.
Did you know Maya Strand?
Not really. I knew of her, sure. Most people in Nordson do, because of her importance to the museum. I hardly ever even saw her around, though. From what I hear, she was a bit of a recluse.
Did you know Maya Strand?
Not really. I knew of her, sure. Most people in Nordson do, because of her importance to the museum. I hardly ever even saw her around, though. From what I hear, she was a bit of a recluse.
What's your opinion on Dr. Pearson?
Do you mean professionally or personally?
Is there a difference?
I think he's a great doctor and coroner.
But?
Between you and me, he kind of rubs me the wrong way. All that fancy talk and those morbid jokes. It's almost like the recent deaths have cheered him up. But as I said, he does his job well.
I understand. Thanks. What do you think of Commissary?
I have opinions about how he does things, but I keep those to myself. I respect the chain of command.
I've got a locked door.
We have a guy for that sort of thing, but I think he's out of town.
All right, All right, I'm off.
Good luck out there.
Any idea of what...
Nope, but it looks small. Some kind of drawer, maybe a filing cabinet or something?
I had a few questions, Commissary.
By all means.
I've got a locked door that I need to get through. Is there a locksmith around?
There is, but he's out of town until tomorrow. Can it wait?
Not really. I'll figure something out. I'm trying to find out who lives in an apartment at Mimir Road. Any ideas?
We have address records in here. Check the drawers behind me.
Perfect. I'll have a look in a bit. What do you think of Dr. Pearson?
Oh, he's a fine man. Sure, a bit eccentric, but a really good physician. Treated my knee way back. Good as new.
That's all I needed.
Very well.
The drawer is labeled Address Records. These should come in handy. I'll be able to match a name to an address, or vice versa. Let's have a look. Katarina Berg. Born February 2nd, 56 AR. Immigrated to Nordson on May 13th, 80 AR, which means she's been in Nordson for 2 years. I copied the information onto a loose page from my notebook. I don't think I need to look him up. Yeah, this just confirms what Anderson told me. As expected, nothing new. I had a few questions, Commissary.
By all means.
Do you know who Katarina Berg is?
Sorry, I'm bad with names.
That's all I needed.
Very well.
A small local... Hello again, Gabriel.
Hey there. Can I be of assistance?
Do you know who Katarina Berg is?
Doesn't sound familiar, no.
Well, no wonder you weren't responding. Turn the mic off. Luckily, they were doing most of the talking, and I haven't had to. Hello, J-Kims. Nice to have you. We're playing a new game today. All I said was that it's interesting.
All right,
this time.
I'm off.
Good luck out there.
Yeah, I know. Just did it. So, I don't know why. I mean, I turned it off for something. I can't remember what, but I was like, I was so sure I tapped that button to turn it back on. So I don't know. All right, to the clinic we go. Will she let me talk to her this time?
I hope you can help.
Nope. Let's see. Let's see if the body's there yet. Aha!
I had some more things to ask.
Shoot.
Which, if these victims were shot by guns, that would be a horrible thing to say.
What are your conclusions about Carl's murder?
Just like the previous case, the cause of death is blood loss due to sharp force trauma to the upper body. The murder weapon looks similar to the one used on the previous victim. The victim has a bruised chest, likely from the impact of a hard fall to the floor. And this makes me believe that Carl was attacked from the front and fell to the ground, twisting as he fell. The killer then continued this brutal onslaught from behind to finish the job. Contrary to the previous case, I couldn't find any defense wounds on the victim. The killer would have to be both strong and fast to overpower Carl like that before he could react and call for help. It's certainly not impossible, but I think it's unlikely that a woman could pull that off without considerable training.
Even one who has the nanos.
This leads me to believe that the person we are looking for is likely an adult male in good physical shape. The time of death was sometime late last night, around 10 to 12 hours ago.
All right. Now that you've seen both bodies, do you have a theory?
I think it's very likely that a single perpetrator is responsible for both killings. The MO is the same, and the murder weapons share close similarities. Both murders were premeditated. The killer came well prepared with the clear goal of killing each victim. The lack of struggle during the second attack could be an indication that the murderer learned from their mistakes during the first assault.
Okay. Thanks for your input.
Think nothing of it. Happy to help.
So, if you remember, yeah, Steam is where I got this game, and I'm streaming it to you using Slob's Streamlabs OBS. Playing this on a PC. I do have a capture thing, so I can actually play consoles and send it to. But that's, I think, currently the only game I'm playing that I do that on is Breath of the Wild, and I haven't played that in forever. Okay, so they made a point of earlier talking about how the detective here, the agent, has she kissed the blues, she got the nanos in her, and the politician, what's her face, she did too. So I don't know if they're pointing that way. That kind of seems a little obvious with him focusing so much on not being a healthy male. But also, Jacobs, I forgot to tell you after I turned the mute. After I turned the mute off. Thank you for joining, and we're having a good day today. Actually, I had therapy today, so we talked about some stuff, and I'm doing better today than I was yesterday. So, continuing.
What are your conclusions about Maya's murder?
Most obvious first. The murder weapon is a
Oh, this is new.
Not at the moment. I already examined the body.
Oh, yeah.
I
couldn't recover any biological traces of the murderer. There's no blood on her that isn't hers, or any traces of skin under her nails. This makes me suspect that the time of death was...
You already said all this.
So there's this locked door that I'm trying to get through.
Unless this door needs medical attention, I'd suggest asking someone else.
Do you know
who Katarina Berg is?
I don't recognize that name. Nope.
The Muffin Man. Yeah, the Muffin Man, who lives on Drury Lane. Okay, so...
That's enough questions for now.
Okie dokie.
I don't think there's anything else here that I need to worry about.
No, this note is just a Katarina Berg. Born February 2nd, 56 AR.
Immigrated 2 years ago. Okay. So... You still useless to me?
I hope you can help the doctor finish
Still
up
useless.
the dead
Still useless. What's over here? Haven't been over here yet. So what are you eating for lunch today, J. Kims? I'm having lunch as soon as the stream is over. There's a young man standing in front of a statue.
A need, a guilty pleasure, something frightening.
Excuse me?
Humor me. I need some inspiration for my poem.
Oh, I get it. What was it again?
A need, a guilty pleasure, something frightening.
Respect, cleaning my gun, growing old and weak. Order, sorting my notes, chaos. Trust, eavesdropping, and loneliness. Tuna rolls. Yum. Yum. I'm sure my dog would love that. He's got this thing for very strong smelling things, and tuna definitely is that. Like Japanese maki. Trust, eavesdropping, loneliness. I'm gonna go with order.
Sorting my notes. Chaos.
Thank you.
So, you have a poem for me now?
I'll need some time. Come find me later.
Sure.
An anatomically correct gentleman. Nice, soothing sounds. Nice spot there next to the wind chime.
There's a robot shop. Because of course there's a robot shop.
He's busy
Yep, which means...
Looks like an apartment building. I don't have any reason to go up there.
You don't know that. What if I want to go up there? Game character.
Howdy, Pilgrim, and welcome to Volter's Bot Emporium. Novelty bionics, pet androids, robotic companions, we've got them all.
Hi there. I'm Special Agent Vera Anglin.
Ooh, here to solve the murders, right? What? Did Pop spill some oil when he lubed my joints this morning? I told you to keep my chassis clean in case of chicks.
For crying out loud, Nissa, just let the police lady ask her questions.
Oh, great. A ventriloquist act.
Oh, no, she's on to us. Fine, you caught me. The man with the blue hat is just a puppet that I'm cunningly controlling with a set of strings.
That's a gosh darn lie. I'm fully steam-powered.
You know, I'd arrest you for constructing illegal AI, but there clearly isn't any intelligence involved here.
Snap.
Ha! That's...
See, if you were any smarter, you'd have a great comeback there.
Okay, Walter. It's time for you to do less talking and more listening.
Sure thing, officer. Just keep in mind that all of these are just harmless automatons. There's no real CPUs or nothing around here.
I'm not here to report illicit technology. I'm just interested in the killings.
All right, then shoot. Ask away.
That's the second time someone's done that.
Do you know about the murder of Carl Oscarson?
Oh, yeah, poor Carl. He was a friendly guy. Came here buying spare parts every now and then.
Spare parts? Like what?
All sorts. Filters, tubes, nuts and bolts, various electrical gizmos.
Any idea of what the parts were for?
Couldn't say, but I'm pretty sure whatever it was, it had fluid in it. Maybe a water filtering system, a pump, something like that.
All those parts laying around, but do I ever get a working left arm, Pops? No, you'd rather let some carpenter assemble a goddamn aquarium.
I could replace Mr. Limpy with a water gun if you prefer.
Man, soon you'll even let the kids paint a clown face on me again.
With a water gun for an arm, at least you could spray yourself clean afterwards.
So I take it you have no idea who killed Carl?
None whatsoever. Wrong place, wrong time, maybe. He didn't seem like the type of guy to make enemies, anyhow.
What do you know about the murder at the museum, Maya Strand?
I don't know anything about the attack, but I worked with her from time to time. Some of my handiwork can be seen in her exhibitions.
Ah, they got some robots in there.
Yeah, I assembled them from parts I found in the junkyard. Or the bot cemetery, as I like to call it. Sometimes I feel more like an archaeologist than a mechanic.
Got it.
Is there really much difference?
So, do you have any idea who killed Maya?
In this era?
I got a theory.
No, Nissa, it wasn't the big war robot in the main exhibition.
Why not? That thing is huge. It could easily rip people to pieces, or buildings for that matter.
I know because I built it, Nissa. It's totally harmless.
I don't buy it, Pops. It's got red eyes. That's a telltale sign of a bot turned evil.
What I wanted to say was that Maya could be a little odd, but I have no reason to believe anyone would want to kill her.
Pop's calling others odd. Now that's a joke that requires no punchline.
Walter, try to focus on the subject matter, please. Do you know anything about electronic door locks?
It's definitely the war robot.
Why do you ask? If anything happened, that wasn't me.
Subtle, Pops. Don't read too much into it. People have a tendency to accuse him of things.
Relax, I just need to get a door open. I was wondering if you had any ideas.
Mayhaps. What kind of lock is it?
It has one of those keypad things, and I think the code has 3 digits.
Can't you just push the buttons 999 times?
She's a human, Nissa. That sort of activity is not as stimulating for her as it would be for you.
Ooh, you know what I'm thinking?
No way. You'll ruin something, or worse.
Please, Pops, I could be her sidekick. She and I could solve mysteries together.
Oh boy.
Walter, sometimes you take this ventriloquism skit a bit too far.
Pops could rig my arm. My good arm, that is. Unlike Mr. Limpy here on my left.
Let's not get into that, Nissa.
To push
He has
those
an
buttons
appendage?
super fast and brute force the code.
I think I'll take my chances by myself.
The,
Thanks.
the robot has an
well,
appendage named
can't win
Mr.
'em all.
Limpy. That's funny.
What's your opinion on Gabriel, the policeman?
He's an asshole.
Whoa.
That's what.
Language.
Nissa thinks that guy is robophobic. Don't ask.
Robophobic.
Do you know who Katarina Berg is?
Katarina Berg. Katarina Berg. Nope, not ringing any bells.
What's your opinion on Anderson, the police commissary?
Seems like a reasonable man to me. But then again, I tend not to be involved in, you know, crime.
Yeah, right.
Hush, boy.
Hey, I'm glad you spent your lunch with us. We'll see you next time, J-Cams. I hope you enjoyed your tuna rolls. Thanks for popping
What's
in
your
and
opinion on
reminding me
Stina
my
Ruth,
mic was
the
muted.
councilwoman?
A politician? Me and those kinds of people run in quite different circles, to say the least.
What do you think of Dr. Pearson?
Quirky guy, but he means well. Sometimes he asks me to come over and help with the kids.
Oh yeah? Help how?
Usually by playing doctor and patient with Nissa. It helps calm down the little ones.
Ah, that's clever. So, what can you tell me about yourself?
Me? Oh, well, what you see is what you get.
A crazy old fart with chronic coffee breath?
Oh, quiet, you little rascal. What I am is a tinker. A craftsman. A father of machines. I cherish building them. I adore putting them on display. And I especially love talking to them.
I've noticed. So how long have you been building robots?
Oh, ever since I was a boy. I grew up over at the junkyard. The place was cramped with old discarded robots. I didn't have many friends, you see. So, I decided to befriend these machines instead.
Aw.
I'm off. See you later.
Take care.
Bye-bye, police lady.
Do you recognize this young couple?
Just the man, Carl Oscarson. Can't see who his lady friend is.
What do you make of this?
No clue. But I gotta use doofus more often. Such a funny word.
Any idea what this key opens?
Sure. I saw a small safe in the junk with a key just like it a while back. It disappeared later.
Good to know. Thanks.
Okay, so...
Hi, Doofus. You're registered now. Go try it out. Remember how you totally flipped the day I first came to Nordsund? Kisses.
The day...
Katarina Berg. Born February 2nd, 56 AR. Immigrated to Nordsund on May 13th,
513.
80 AR. Which means she's been in Nordsund for 2 years.
So maybe it's 315. Let's go find out. Oh, hang on. Before I go all the way over there, I go back in here. And I look around.
Guess that belongs with the head up front. Is the big guy in the back your mascot or something?
You mean Ufa? Nah, he's more of a concierge. He's sophisticated like that.
What's up with the head?
What do you mean? You think it's too big?
The robot head on the table, that is.
Oh, yeah, it keeps coming off. I'll fix it eventually.
What does that tube-looking robot do?
That's no robot. It's just my teapot.
Not everything with lights on is a robot, you know. Gee, some people.
What does the pointy little bot in the back do?
Oh, a bot of many talents. Paperweight, table lamp, pestle, or perhaps a fashionable baton? The only limit is your imagination.
What did people use the crab for?
Once upon a time, this was the most popular kitchen model. This fella could take care of any food-related task. Except the handling of shellfish, obviously. Even robots have moral standards.
What does this little guy do?
Clean, like a mean machine.
He doesn't look very mean.
Looks can be deceiving. He's nothing but vicious towards stains, dust, and all of their ilk.
Cute little robot.
Think that's all of them? Nope, nothing. I again forgot to have the little thing on while I was talking to him, but that's okay. Let's go back to the apartment building for a moment. And then let's check and see if my guess is correct. So she came on May 13th, and she said flipped, so... Haha!
Wow, a code and a fingerprint? These people have absurd safety concerns.
Well, I figured out the code.
Looks like it's waiting for a fingerprint input. Can't use my own.
So that's where the clay comes in. I'm gonna have to use that too, or a molding resin.
A bottle of mold. That won't produce.
No, but this might.
That won't produce.
Nope. Okay, so I'm gonna have to get a fingerprint and come back later. Nope. Okay. Well, at least we know the code now. 315.
Katarina Berg.
That's what
Hi,
that note
Doofus.
is.
You're registered now. Go try it out. Remember how you totally flipped the day I first came to Nordsund? Kisses.
I want to feel proud of myself, but I have a feeling that was
The
just a
door
little
code is
bit.
taken care of, but now I need somebody's finger. Unless I can trick the scanner somehow.
I felt like that was kind
Maya,
of obvious.
the first murder victim, was brutally...
Yep. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to call it quits there. It's fun. I enjoyed this. It's definitely different from our normal games. So, yep, I am going to get ready to cast a host here for our good supporter of the channel, InstaFluff. You've seen the bot posting about Streamlabs and the Clippy Raid extension. Those are things developed by InstaFluff. I'll give me cast a shout out for him. So keep the music going. So he's back from TwitchCon, and he's streaming as we speak. So we're gonna go over there and drop in and say hi. I will probably this is fun. I want to see how this ends, and I'll come back to this next Wednesday because I kind of want to keep going through on that Rim stories on Friday. So tomorrow I'll be back with some multiplayer RimWorld with Cellist Mike, and he's going to pick the topic for the mental health discussion that we have tomorrow. Not sure what he's picked yet. So be sure to come back and hang out and join the discussion. So thanks for the hosts. Thanks for everybody joining in chat, saying hi. Sorry, I forgot to turn my mute on, my mic back on, and I will catch you guys tomorrow. MS. Hi, MS. I'm not 100% sure. Did you beat the game yesterday, MS? Did you finish Hollow Knight, or did you just finish a particular part? I couldn't tell from your quest. I mean, from your tweet. Yeah, about it. If you actually beat the game or just beat a particularly difficult part that you were. So let me know if which one it was. If you beat the game or because I unfortunately wasn't able to catch the end of the stream. I was there for a good portion of it, but I had to duck out before the end. So yep, I will be just a particular part of the game. Okay, cool. Well, he's been playing that on Tuesdays, and MS Play streams on, as I in the shout out earlier, he streams on Tuesdays and Saturdays. So always fun hang out there. You can play with minions live on his stream and get him to talk to us singing. He'll songs will play and he'll just start talking to the song. It's always entertaining to watch MS. So, all right, I'm going to head out. I will see you guys tomorrow, and stay tuned afterward for the host of InstaFluff. Thanks. Bye.